What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to make a cover of Crystal Caves from Donkey Kong 64, which we'll try to make it sound like it came from Donkey Kong Country a little bit. So, what I need first is first I need to set the tempo. Let's see. Let's see. Probably about 92. 92 will do. And let's see. I had some idea. I have lots of ideas for this, but I wanted to use the like, of course, start with that big opening chord that the sound well, actually, first I would like to put some sound effects like of the drip, but I wanted to kind of use the sound effects from Donkey Kong Country 3 GBA in the caves, because those are like some really nice drip sounds. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see. Ah, here they are. So you have the drip sounds. With the reverb built in. And then you have some water trickling, which doesn't have reverb, so we want it to have reverb. And let's say this is let's name this water trickle. Let's see, let's call this drips. And so let's give this one a mixer track. And I want to give it, well, let's make a reverb bus first of all. Let's dock this to the right, and then let's call it reverb. And then let's send the water trickle to right click, route to this track only. And let's put a TSAR1R. And let's put it like a long, like 6 seconds of reverb, long one. And then let's put it at like, it's going to be a lot of reverb, so let's put it on like 20. Nice. And let's turn that down a little more. And then let's open with, I want to open with those chords. Welcome, Provolone Continuer. Alright, so let me get contact because I have a thing in mind for this. I have something called Budapest Abstract Vibes. It's a vibraphone library. And there's some abstract patches here, which are like kind of synthy, and this one I found cool. So if I... Oh, it's really quiet. It starts at, this library starts out really quiet, so I have to raise the volume 2 ways. So it sort of sounds like an organ. And I enjoyed how it sounded when I went like, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just want to add some like reverb and maybe I don't need the maybe I don't need it to be that loud. Let's see. So I think space is what they call reverb. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, look, it went back on me. Okay, so if I go ahead and record that, like I just record, like open up with this, let's see, and then I record. Make sure it's recording automation but not notes. Let me make sure it just records notes. So then if I put the my sustain pedal down and then play, and then I go, Cool. Now, obviously I want this to play at the very beginning, so let's remove that space. Control A to select everything, and yeah, so I think 4 bars of that will do. Let's see. Maybe 1 more bar of that would be good. Let's see. Control A and then stretch it out to bar 5. Okay, and then it would go on to an F major 7 chord, or an F major 7 chord, yeah. And so at that point I can just draw the notes myself. Let's see, but which notes do I want to play? Okay. I'm not sure if I want to play that octave or both. Both is good. Welcome, Avilunatico. Those are the original sounds, or just are close to it? Neither. They're not. Neither the original sounds nor are they close to it. This is not even. We're not even restoring anything here. We're just making. I'm trying to make this song sound more like Donkey Kong Country, like it would be from Donkey Kong Country. So yeah, I'm just using whatever sounds I feel like would match that. We're not using the original sounds from Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, just getting creative here. So I think both octaves sound good. Let's see. Let's see. So we have that. That's an F major 7 chord. And then we copy that, Control up, and then move it over here. Da da dee, da da dee, da da dee, do do. And then it goes to, yeah, so if I da da dee, da da dee, do do, and then it goes down. Then I had an idea for this, for the opening melody, and a way to make it sound more like something Dave would have done. Ah, thank you. And so I wanted to do something like, I had this idea where instead of the, oh, this is a sampler channel, I need to delete that. So let me pull up the, what are you doing? Jeez. Okay, so instead of doing, the original does like, so it's basically outlining an F major chord, and it goes down to outline the E minor chord. And then it goes to D major. And then it does, oh yeah. So basically what chord progression he uses is F major, E minor, D major, and then C major, so it's like descending, but he breaks the scale because he uses F major, and then he goes straight down to, and he goes down to E minor, and then this D major would normally be minor, otherwise you would have to use F sharp diminished. Or if you want to go into D major, you just do. So what I want to do instead, because Dave didn't really break scales a lot, but it's sort of a cinematic thing. So normally he doesn't do like cinematic stuff unless it's orchestral. So what I wanted to do instead was incorporate the like the seventh and do no. So instead of doing, you're incorporating this E into this, which is the seventh of the chord, and you're doing. And then I wanted to do the same with the next chord. And then I wanted to lead into that by doing. So that whole line would be. And so to avoid breaking the scale, instead of doing, I shifted that down to. And instead of ending on C major, I end on G major. And so the chord progression that I have in mind for that would be where it does. And so the chord progression, I'm changing the chords a lot here, but instead I don't remember exactly what chords are used in Crystal Caves, but I'm doing F major 7, going down to E minor 7, and then on the last beat of the bar, switching down to A minor 7, and modulating to D minor 7. And then for the next bar, going to G major 7, modulating, and then leading into C major 7, and then finally going down to F major 7. And this sort of chord progression is popular in jazz, where you're basically making a circle of fifths movement, because the root notes of each of these chords is first you go down from F to E. And then I'm modulating because E into A is a fifth apart, and then you go down and then from there you go on another fifth to D, and then to G, and then E, C to F. All of those are a fifth apart. So basically it's like a jazz chord progression where it's like, because if you take that from E to like, it's like E, A, D, G, C, F, and so those are all, it's basically like a jazz type thing. So that's kind of what I want to do. Welcome, Alphao, the producer. Okay, so we're going to implement that, and by first doing the chords in this instrument that I have here. So I want to copy all of these things that I did, duplicate them with Control B, then go, I'm going to set my scale to be, I have to enable this first, that's the thing. No, wait, I have to choose a thing. So let's go for C major here. And it's already on C. So that's going to, like with this thing enabled, that's going to snap me to the scale. So I can just push this down and it's automatically going to make me go to E minor and avoid the non-scale notes. So then from there, I want to say that, hey, this last, well, I think it's actually the last 2 beats, I'm going to modulate from, and I can duplicate this again if I Control B and then just shorten it. So for here, I'm just going to move the B down to A, the D down to C for both octaves, and then that's going to modulate me. And then I will highlight that and Control B to duplicate it again. And this time I'm going to go down, I'm going to move those bottom two notes down to make it D minor 7. And then basically you make the same motion where the two top notes go down again, and that makes it G major 7. And then I go back down again to C major 7, but I have to move these notes back up, these two top notes back up. And then I go duplicate it again, and then move these two top notes back down so that I get F major 7. Again, we're about right back where we started, basically. Well, we started on C, but after the intro, when we start the melody, we're in F major 7. Okay, so here's the chord progression. Sort of sounds like an organ, which is nice. And one thing I want to do to make this line more dynamic is I can select all of these and I can Control G, and that will fuse all the notes that are like right next to each other. It fuses them together so that they continue rather than everything just starting over at one beat. Okay, and it's not a big change, but it does make the hits a little less accentuated. Okay, so now we're going to put the melody above that, and just for organizational purposes, I want to move this up and then insert one above it, and the melody will go on top of that. Now, what should I have to play the melody? For this song, since we're in a cave, it's basically a cave, I don't really want anything that's like wooden or metal too much. I want to give it more of a stone and glass feel to represent the rock and crystal. So, and the problem is, like, not a lot of instruments have, like, there's not a lot of stone percussion at all that exist. There's some glass percussion, or like glass sounding percussion, but most of the time it's metal and wood percussion. So that'll be a challenge, but I think it would be a good challenge. But of course also guitars count. So what I think I have a good glass marimba patch from, it's like a free contact patch from 8DO, and I do quite like that one. Let me add that. It's going to take a bit to load because that one, it's a hefty patch. 8DO likes to use a lot of heavy patches, like with lots of samples. Okay, so this is the patch, and if we go, I'm going to need to go into the piano roll and select channel 2 because it's going to be at channel 2. So here's how it's going to sound. Whoops. I need reverb on that. That sounds pretty good, but I need a reverb. Does it have reverb built in? Is it like, because I know a lot of these do, but this one doesn't, which I actually, oh, it does actually have it. Okay, stage, I want a cathedral close preset. Let's do that. Mix, let's turn, is it even on? Yeah, there it is. Could play that at a lower octave. Yeah, that resonates a little better. Nice. Okay, let's, I wonder if I can, because I have a lot of latency on this thing. The latency, like the lowest latency I can put while I'm streaming is 256. And that was fine for the, like, it was fine with whatever latency for the legato chords, but if I want to play the melody, let's see. We'll call this pads. And then I'm going to find first empty and call this melody. So, let's see how this goes, because it's still 256 milliseconds of latency is a lot for playing melodies. Or rhythm for that matter. So let's see how this goes. Let's see. I want to record this with some, like just a bar ahead, and then give myself a little bit to play. So let's see. Whoops, I played the wrong note. Hold on. Let me go in here to do that. Okay, let's see what that did. So, looks like I was playing for the most part quite early. So if I Control A, move these over, most of them should snap in, but there's some places where I was actually playing more in time. And I think yeah, these sound better. Like these sorts, it sounds better, less humanized. I mean, more humanized and like not quantized. And I think Dave did that a lot for his Nintendo 64 stuff because it used MIDI, so you could easily do that. So, let's see. And that patch is really loud, so let's turn it down a bit. Okay, this part is supposed to be in thirds. Or it's like roughly thirds. Yeah. Let me put the metronome on so I can see, because there's no drums at this point, so... Yeah, some stuff is still... Like, I might need to go half a step. So I'm just putting it to the nearest half step to being like exactly on the thing. But if you play it like not exactly on the grid, it makes it feel more human. Because the times are slightly irregular. So it feels more natural. Okay, this part is gonna take some, is gonna be like a little bit free tempo. Okay, this part, if I hold Alt and then just put that, I want the, third of a beat grid point for this. Okay, so this point, let's hold Alt and then move this here. Nice. Okay. This part is a little bit questionable. Now some of these are a little bit, like, feeling a little bit off, but if I quantize the... wait, no. I can go on a step and then, like, quantize where it's slowly... I think I can do that. Yeah. Can, like, half quantize it. Alright, but it still quantized that other part. Yeah, I don't think it's actually fixing that anyway. Let's see. Move this one over a little bit. Okay, cool. That's a good start. What else? I don't think I want to introduce a bass at this point. Okay. So maybe we can put a bass in the next section. So I know that he repeats the melody twice in this one, like in this song. So the melody repeats again, and at this point, since the sound effects are running out, let's fade it out. And then I want to pick another instrument to play a variation of the melody, because Dave always variates the melody with like a different instrument and like repeats them just a little bit differently. But usually he doesn't play, I don't think he plays the same melody twice in a row. I think he just comes back to it. And then Eveline doesn't repeat it at all, really. She just kind of freestyles. Well, actually, no, she does. She does repeat it with a different instrument sometimes and different variations. That's true. So what other instrument do I want for this? I could use maybe the balafon. Oh, that's in channel 3. Let's see. But I might want the tuned version instead. I think I had a variation in mind, but I forgot it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So we have, let's see, what chords am I doing here? So at this point I want to do something like that. But I'm not quite, I don't know if I'm not going to be able to play that. Let me just copy and paste this melody and then change the notes to match that. Let's see. And then I want to Alt-C to change the instrument, and then I might want to speed it up too. And I have to lower the volume because it's loud. Okay. And then I want silence here. But I want to repeat this bar, but with different notes. Wait a second, hold on. Okay, and then I want to repeat that again. This, let's see here. Let's see, I want to have like an ending here. Ah, no, it's slower. Dum, dum, dum. That's quite satisfying. Yeah, but we'll save that for later because I want to go into the next melody first. So let's switch to a bar and then shift right. So I want to create an 8-bar gap for another melody. And that other melody is... Wait. Welcome, Serenimus. Good to see you still working on. It's been a while. Good to see you still working on DKC. Thank you. I'm back again. Finally here to kick some shell. Nice. Welcome, YX Cali. So the next melody. I don't know if I want to play this with the same instrument or with a different one. Maybe I could use that that pad for the melody this time. But I think it needs to be louder, but play like when the pad comes in, just play less velocity. Let's see. Let's just I'm pushing Alt X to scale the levels, and I'm just going to bring that down. It's a lot because it's so many notes. That's why. That needs to be like right here. But it still comes in quite loud for some reason. Let me try putting it down even further. Oh, it's almost like the velocity doesn't actually matter at all. So, if that be the case, then what I want to do is assign an automation to the volume knob. Go to Project, Current Project, Generators, Contact, and grab this volume knob. Edit Events. And then I'm going to insert what's already, well actually no, I want it to be lower. Here. That's a good volume. And then when the melody hits, I want this to be loud. So now, I'm not sure which octave I should play that on. Cool, I like that upper octave, so let's try to record some of that. Oh, I'm off time there. I need the metronome. Yeah, so that the timing is not great because of the latency. It's throwing me off. But that's okay. We can fix that. I tried to like play later, but I don't think that worked very well because still sometimes now it's too late. It's too late to apologize. So some of these notes are gonna be late. Let's try to edit it as we go. I think it would be better if I go like a fourth of a step and correct that. Oh, I changed scales here a little bit, so... I think a little modulation is good. Let's turn this off. Oh, I was on time here. Great. Whoops. Wherever that note is nice. Cool. Oh yeah, it's really nice coming back to that melody after that. Now, I had an idea for the chord progression for this, and for this I want to move that note, because my chord progression that I had was... So it's like... That sounds like something Dave would do. Let's see. So, but I now have used this for my with another instrument, so I need another instrument to play the pad, which I think was not really done a lot in Donkey Kong Country. They didn't really switch pads very much. Yeah, so maybe I'll have another instrument play that. And I would like, if I do that, I would like to go for a like a different school of instrument, because up till now I've been just using chromatic percussion. I would like to find something else, like perhaps dulcimer would be good. And the dulcimer could also double as the, like if you use the tremolo, it could fortify the intro with the like to get that tremolo effect. So let's try to do this. Let me drop that in there. It's going to take a while to load, but this is a free patch from a piano book we call The Wild Mother's Dulcimer. I do believe it was from there. So let's select those notes and send this to channel 4. Oh, it's going too high. So let's Shift C to select those notes and then Control down to move it in the lower octave. Ooh, too loud on some parts. Let's see. Okay, so this is, I think melody needs a little modification, so this nice. Okay. And I think that one's gonna need some good mixing because Sonic, like it needs more treble and less mid. Like less low mids. So I really want to do some mixing on that. Let's see. Let me send this to a separate mixer. And send that to plug-in outs 3 and 4. And then I'm going to send that to channel 2, or to mixer track 2. So now it's going to go here. We're going to call this dulcimer. Some of those notes are just... Some of those notes are just too loud. Let's see. I think it's always the same note too. Fortunately, I think it's always the same notes too. Okay, so with all those selected, let's Alt X and turn them down. Okay, there's still some notes that are too loud. Like this. Like this. Okay, Alt X, and that'll automatically lower. Okay, Alt X and lower that, and then now we can raise the volume a bit. Now let me just EQ this a little more because it's still too dark. Nice. Okay. Okay, now the next chords that I want for this are as follows. Let me just quantize this, make sure it's good. So I want these to be like a bar long, but sometimes I might want to slice them into a beat. So we have G minor. And then this chord progression, which I have written, so that chord progression is basically the aquatic ambience chord progression in G rather than C. So because it goes down in thirds, but what's unique here is that when you use the voicing, it climbs up. So if I were to take that with the roots intact, it would be. Wait, I have to go lower an octave. Let's see. G minor, D sharp major, C minor, G sharp major. But with the voicing that we're using, we're just because there's only one note changing, we're just raising the note. So if you started with G minor in the root position, and then you raise the top note, and that makes it D sharp major, but with a different inverted voicing. And then you go raise the middle note to C minor, and then you raise the bottom note to G sharp. So that's kind of like a trick that I'm using. So we will extend these notes and then have it change to D sharp. And then later we're going to go to C. And then we're going to extend this G until the last two bars. And then this D sharp is going to go for the rest of the line. And that's it. But at the end, I wanted to switch to, I wanted to go down to G sus 2, or sus 4. So then that's going to happen with this. And that was a trick that Dave used quite a bit. And then it goes, that's a trick because of the, when you go to G sus and then you sort of resolve it to G major, like that. And that's a little bit breaking the scale, but Dave did that a little bit, just not really as I didn't want to use the D sharp, the D major there in the earlier section, because that was a little bit abrupt, too cinematic. Okay, now the dulcimer needs a lot more volume. Nice. And I also, that part needs a lot. This has too loud. Hold on. That one is too loud. Nice. Now what is with that? Nice. I dig that. Now let's go back to the pads, and I want to include that second octave like we did before. So let's copy that, paste it, and move it down to the lower octave. Now I'm kind of still running into some issues with that dulcimer. I want to see if I can fix the patch itself. Yeah, so there's like multiple round robins here. which is good, but the problem is that they're not really like volume matched, and that does present a problem to me. So I think one more attempt to save this dulcimer will be using a limiter with a compressor on it. To catch any really surprise notes there. Nice. Okay, so that sounds better. Now let's turn up the reverb. Hallway. Okay, maybe that's not... That turns up the volume, I think. Okay, that sounds better. Nice. Interesting. So those round robins make it really unpredictable, and I think we'll have to see if I might replace it later. That one might be a problem. But we'll roll with it for now. And I think I might turn down the volume of that too. Let's give it also a reverb, like outside reverb. Yeah, but I kind of want a creative reverb with this one, so let's give it its own reverb. I want to use Realm on that. Nice. Put that back in there. No, that's not the one. Hold on. Actually, we don't need that. That automation is kind of messing us up, and we don't need it anymore because we are not using that as a lead right now. But I do want to keep it in mind to use as a lead if we ever drop out the pads. And I think here would be as good a time as any to introduce a bass of sorts. Like not here, not there, but here. Okay, yeah. I do want to mix that balafon first, though. Let's give that its own mixer track. No. Okay. Let's send that to channel 3. Okay, and Dave always uses like delay on his lead, so let's add that as well. Turn it to 3-step timing, and then turn the level to that way, I guess. And let's turn the wet down to halfway. And give it some diffusion as well. Or maybe just ping pong. Like, so that it... And let's also pan the dulcimer to the left so that it goes to the right. And the glass marimba should be panned to the right. Let's give that some mixing too. Let's send that to plug-in out 7 and 8. And now let's send that to 4. Wait. Let's call that balafon. And let's call this glass marimba. Let's send the balafon. Oh, there's actually no reverb here. What is that all about? Where did the reverb go? I'm sure I had reverb here. Did it get deleted or something? That's weird. So let's set that again to about 5 seconds. And also I want to do some pre-delay. And let's see what we get when we give that. Okay, nice. And let's give this a delay. One of those 3-step delays. Turn the timing to 3 steps. And then let's give it ping pong. And turn down the level. Give it some diffusion. And turn it to halfway. Okay, so what do I want for a bass there? I think I could probably use a guitar, like one of those plucky bass guitars like Donkey Kong Country 2 used quite often. And for that I would use Moto Bass 2, which is a physically modeled bass guitar plugin that's available for free as a VST. So I like my free stuff. I don't know where you get that. I can't remember where you get that, but if you search it, you should find it. So basically, I want to find verse empty and call this bass. And then here, I want to change the play style to pick, because that's what's going to give me that plucky sound. So, what sort of pattern do I want here? I want... Cool, that might do. Let's see. Let me try to figure that part out. So, but it doesn't sound like it's picking very much. Oh, it's because I have to play it down here. But if I... But I would like to do it, and sometimes Dave often did do the basses way down there, so for that I'll need to do, what is it, open string? No, it's like drop string. Yeah, drop. But that won't give me nearly enough range. Let me see. So, I might try using the fifth as the root. So, and I don't know if I'm keeping with the chord there. Let's see, F major. E minor, D minor, but that one's gonna be, I think that's G, so that works. No, it might be C at that point. We'll see. So I'll just play it, or if it might help if I play it over the thing. Oh, rhythmic bass is going to be even harder to play over this thing with its latency. Yeah, that bar doesn't sound right. And then maybe legato stuff would go in the next section. Okay. Well, I think I should be able to play that. So let's try recording that. Whoops. Okay. see how that came out. And of course, let's unrecord whatever that, you know. So, whoops. Let me change to a step. And it looks like there's, as expected, it's a little off. So let me go to half a step. Yeah, let's go to a 4. It should be like this, probably. I think this should go. Okay, so these all have to go, like, there has to be 4 here, and then you basically make them last for 2 of those squares. And then it's also like kind of in thirds, like you have to count 6 squares here. And then let's see, 6 more. And then I want to extend this one out. Let's see. Oh wait, no, this goes earlier, yeah. This note goes later. Okay, and I need 2 more steps here. There we go. Has to be usually even, pretty much always even number of squares. And if I stretch it out a little more and absolve those squares, yeah, that gives me a better view. So basically I just want it to stay inside these squares, and then it'll sound on beat. And it's going to give it some humanization if it's not perfect, but yeah, I want it to look like it, like, because now if you zoom in, you can see they're off, but it's just to make it humanized if it's a little off. Nice. Some of those might be a little bit too off. Okay. Then I want to do like something with legato bass at this point. do this. Dum. And then maybe do like a little trill here. Dun, 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 dun. Or maybe do like a bluesy sort of like pentatonic line with this. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you can't go this slow, that's right. Maybe just do dun, dun, dun. And then maybe do this sort of like rhythm here to lead up to the next one. Copy and paste. And then go da 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 da. Okay, and then we will grab this line and just repeat it with different variations. Dum. And then but then I want to go down. And let me, since we already have our rhythm, let me go to step or even a beat with this. And so after D sharp, let's go down to C. Okay, whoops. Okay, let's grab this again. Copy and paste. Okay, then we go down to C. And then I kind of want to go down to the lower octave since we have that freedom here. It's really high. And then go do 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 do. Oh, but I have to go to G because it switches to G sus2. What about going to B here for this last one? Yeah. There you go. Nice. Okay, now we just need a melody for that part. Welcome, Lorna Lara Dona Loca. Oh, well, that's quite a mouthful. Me gusta. I'm glad you gusta. Hi, welcome. Okay, so I don't know if I also want to do drums at this point. For the balafon, for the echo, I kind of want to do like a quick one-step echo, maybe? Let's see. I like that as echoes because it mimics the drops a little bit. Okay, and then I want these bass notes to lead into each other a little more. And I'm thinking about quantizing everything because it was that way in the Donkey Kong Country series, so. But I don't know, I'll make that decision later. For now, I want to lay everything down. Cool. So, nice. Now I just need another, what do I want to play this part? I kind of want this glass marimba to come back again. Let's see. But actually, I need that to play the other melody. So let's give it that other melody. Copy and paste, and then we will send this to channel 1. Alt-C to change. No, wait, not channel 1. Channel 2. Alt-C. Okay, and from this point, I want a variation, because at this point it's going to lead into that part where it's like, and so the first chord there is A, so I want to lead into that, and the best way to lead in a new section is usually to to go on a fifth, like from, so then the fifth of A is E. So it sounds really nice if you go from. So what that means is, like, I need different chords here. So I need to make a variation here. But what variation do I want? So I can go from the G sharp. I need to do something in this next bar that leads it into E. So the easiest way is just to go That's very cinematic. Which means that if I take the chords here, that's a good, I think that sounds nice. Or nah, just go straight into the E. So, which means that what I want to do is take this and make a variation, cut it off, and then make unique. And then I want to make this go to E major. Actually, undo that. And maybe keep that 7th up there, you know? So then I can just Control G to glue the notes that are separated. And then I need that melody to variate, so that would mean I need to go, let's see. Which I think is something like what he does in the original. And then maybe lead up to this with that. And then I kind of want to do a variation with this. Nice, I like that. Now I think this A should remain G sharp. So yeah, after this part, I still don't quite know what I want to do for the drums yet, but that'll come soon. Let's see. So for this next part, I want to do, but I think this would be a good time to drop out the pads, and then just and then that way I can have the main the main pad. Oh, that's where you get that nice shiny high note here. So what he does in the original is he goes down in thirds. Something like that. But that's very cinematic because he's breaking the scale with different chords outside the scale. So what I want to do is kind of stay within A major here. So I want to do and then maybe break here. And then it has to sort of, well, what? How much time? Yeah, I think that can probably be the end of it. Yeah, we can just end it like that. But then after that, I want to go into the like part where the Viking like starts smashing stuff around and then makes stalactites fall, and that'll be fun. So first, I would like to lay down the chords. Well, there's no chords for this, so unless something else plays short chords, but I would like to go like not so much doing pads at this point. So it's a nice whistle at that point. So I'm not sure. I'll just lay down the melody for now. Let's see. Let me get a metronome and then whoops. Yeah, I'm not that good at playing that one. Let me make sure I know what I want to play first. F sharp, D, and then it would lead straight back into the so that would be cool. So let's see. So yeah, something like that. So I messed up again. Nice. Okay, I messed up a little bit there, but I can fix that. Let's see. I want to move this onto the bar. Let me stop recording and then move these all on the grid. Fix these notes. I can also use my finger for this if I'm close enough. Now, where did I... Oh, yeah, I have the wrong notes here. No, wait, that's supposed to be D. This has to go lower in velocity because that's loud. These two have to go down. We'll let that run for now. I think that bass needs to be louder. Not that loud though. That note's too early. And there's also a bar not being expressed. Okay. Now, what to do for the bass for this? Let's see. Well, basically, I guess just the same rhythm, like as the first part. Welcome, Catfish Yellow. Love all your work. This one sounds beautiful. Thank you. Glad you enjoy it. Welcome, Lil Titan. Wow, what's poppin', fam? Hey, welcome. You got good ear. Thank you. Feeling nostalgic. The other day I played the DK soundtrack Surreals. My family got emotional, couldn't handle it, and it changed. This game have all kind of emotions. Yeah, it does. Great game. I'm glad to have a new sub. Nice, thank you. Glad to have another fan, another Donkey Kong fan in the house. Welcome. Okay, so this bass is I'm gonna copy this over and then make it conform to the new chord progression, and then we'll go and add drums. So that chord progression is, first we have A, and then we go to F sharp, So let's just take this whole line, da 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 da, and then this is gonna go to E. Okay, and then we go to D. And this should be on C. Okay, and then actually, coincidentally, we do go to D. We do go to B from there. But I think this should be on C. Okay, and then we go. So since we go up to C on this part, let's have it lead up from the bottom. Like go do da da. And then we'll move this A sharp to B now, since we kind of modulated keys. Let's have this go down to G sharp, and let's go down to have the other one go down to F with that. Dun, da, and then we go to G with that, I think. Dun, da, da. Let's lead into that by, let's go, yeah, like that. Da 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 da. Okay, so whoops, I want to go down to G like that, and then we can stick with F on the lower notes, and then oh yeah, we're running out of the range though for this part. So let's go climb up and say, I don't actually know. Hold on, I'm on fourth of a step. Let me put it on a beat at this point. Shift up. Select that, shift it up. Okay, and then I like that it, what did it do there? Ah, yeah, because it hits that high note. That's really, actually a really nice ending, because over here, it starts on that C, and then you can basically put that C back in the beginning. But not that long. Nice. Okay, and this bass, let's have it go for a brief C as well. Nice. Okay, so what drums should I use for this? I kind of want some sort of like lo-fi hip-hop drums. Like how you know, the beats to study / relax to and all that. Yeah. Because it goes with the relaxing experience. And then of course you want to have lots of percussion over that. But first we'll lay the foundation with some good lo-fi drums. Let me see what I got. I like this bass here. Like this kick drum. 808 kick. Let's call this kick. What about this? I don't know. Let's see. Ah, here's a good one. I like this kind of stick hit we got here. Let's remove those little grains at the end though. So let's call this stick. Let's get a hi-hat in here. Something really subtle. So let's call this hi-hat. And then we'll find first empty and call it drums. Okay, so let's make a simple drum beat. And then I think the next bar should have like no kick. And then I think we put hi-hats. Wait. And let's put a low pass on that hi-hat. Let's raise the volume because we lost some volume doing that. Oh yeah, let's put out the resonance too. Oh wait, that actually did. Yeah, let's turn it volume back down. And then let's put a high pass, like a low pass on the sticks too. Nice. Okay, let's put that in the appropriate places. Let's see. Yeah, I think it should start right here. I think the kick should be louder. I think we need more hi-hats, but it should be like have that drunken feel, like the. And I'm not quite so sure how to make that like loose timing that is always present on the lo-fi hip-hop tracks. I think it's this way. Like just a little bit too. And the snare should be like even louder. Not that loud though. Ooh, I like that bit. Nice, and there's some differences in timing that's gonna have to be smoothed out. I wonder if I can port that jump timing over to the rest of the composition, like the melody and such. So if I'm gonna do that, I need to know like the rules. And basically, it seems like the rules are that every syncopated eighth note is shifted a little bit to the left. So if I were to do that, I would have to say, oh, this is already kind of done. Let's see. Let's see. I think I shifted it a quarter of a step. Oh, this should be... Well, that's too much. Whoops. What in the world? Oh, that's just weird. Okay, so... yeah, that's going nicely. Nice, this one's already doing that. Okay. Now the bass needs to abide by the same rules. Basically, it just needs to be, every note just needs to be, that does that, like, on the 8th note, it just needs to be slightly, offset. Actually, it's this one. Nice. I think on that part I'd like to have the sound effects again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get the drips and the water trickle. And let's move these two down so we can have a dedicated place for the sound effects. Okay, these, oh yeah, I forgot they start over here. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, pretty cool. Now, let's put some percussion in there. So, what percussion can we do? Let's see. I want to get some more stuff that's either stone or glass in there. Let's see. Terra Incognita might have some stuff. Hero wood blocks, rhythmic bottles might be good. Oh, metal stones? I don't know if I want metal stones. Large wood chimes, mountain strings, pouring water. Oh, interesting. Stones. Here we go. Okay, let's see what this is all about. What were those? I think there was like the metal stones or something like the monkey rocks or something like that. Yeah, those. Yeah, I like those. Those are good. What channel is that? 5? Probably. There it is. I think it's like a velocity thing, so there's like 2 different articulations. So you find verse empty, call this percussion. So maybe if you do like the gyro thing, like then you do like a lower velocity. Okay, let's duplicate that and then switch the articulations. I like that. Okay, now we need more percussion. Let's see what else we have. It would be nice to have like a little drum. Like what kind of drum? Oh, the Udo drum is nice. Udo is like stone, so that's a good thing. Definitely stone. Yeah, that'll do. Maybe this time something more consistent. Let's go to channel 6. Okay, I like this kick sound for the beginning. Maybe dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, maybe we can have like 2 bars of that and then have some variation with that. Like, there was an articulation that I liked. Yeah. And this can be louder. This can go for longer too. Doesn't really sound quite like I thought with that part, that last part. What about these little bits here? No, that goes on too long. I think what we have is good for now. Nice. I like that minimal percussion. Let's put that in there. And then maybe let's come back with the percussion. Give it a break in the second part, and let's come back with the percussion in there. Welcome, Puzzle Studio. My name is Neil from Russia. Glad to get on stream and see you doing the work that I admire. With great joy, I purchased a collection of records from Soundtrack DK. Ah, okay. Nice. Glad you enjoy it. Welcome. I thank you for your talent, which brings joy to everyone who wants to love the content. I wish you have the right rhythm in your life. Ah, thank you, sir. Spasibo. I wonder if I could put percussion here. Maybe we drop the percussion out here and bring it in the next bit. Yeah, just the drums here. That would be nice. Because the percussion seems a bit domineering. I really like that it's just minimal at this point. And maybe no bass again here. Nah, that's too. We need more rhythmic stuff, like more tune stuff. Nice. That's pretty good. I like that. Okay, so beyond that, how much time do we have left? Yeah, I've got 45 minutes left. What I want to do... oh. Yeah, sorry, I don't recognize the Russian alphabet, though, but I just know the word. How to say it. But, yeah. I recognize the smiley face at the end. I know y'all do that with, like, just the smile without the eyes. So I want to go into the Viking bit where he's like, and I wanted to kind of do like take what Grant did because it's very minimal. It's just like a timpani going bomb 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 bomb, and then like some strings moving around. I wanted to do that and like add in some sort of like Nordic inspired like sort of war music, you know, with the dom dom dum. It's like da 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 dom. You know, if you look up like like Viking music like that, they usually come up on YouTube. So I wanted to kind of do something inspired by that because that was the basic style that the Vikings had, and I probably will lay the bass down for that, but we'll refine it another time because I have to do more research. I didn't do quite enough research on that part. And other than that, this part I want to reduce in volume. The Ududra, or particularly the middle stones. Because the... I like how much that feels like running water. Like, just even the percussion just feels like running water. And the stones should have to be a little bit... Nice. Yeah, I don't know about bringing the sound effects in for that bit. But I do kind of want to use some of those, like, atmospheric tones that Dave brings in and out, you know? In his songs, like, where it's like, where it'll just fade in and then, like, and then promptly fade out, like the feedback effects. But what do I do that with? I want to do that with an existing thing, and just because he usually like repurposes those things for like atmospheres. So what can I do that with? Something that's not. I want to do that with this part. Let's see. something that's not being played at this point. Maybe the dulcimer. That could be fun. So for that, I would need to get another one of those volume things. Actually, this one is not being used anymore. So it would work. I would just repurpose that for this. Now, let's go to the hammer dulcimer volume. And then we're going to go collapse this. Go to current project, generators, contact, volume, and we're going to edit events. Go to the melody, and when Control I on the melody pattern, because that's when we need it to be as it is now. And then let's go to that number 2 pads, and we're going to do that at the end of this. So here, I want to Control I there, but then when it comes in here, it's going to be like, I'm going to right click this. Well, actually I can't right click, but I do like that. And then like slope it back down. And then what I want to do there is I'm going to loop that, and I'm going to be able to play it. Let's see. But I have to select the dulcimer thing. Which one is the dulcimer? There we go. Okay. Oh, I have to do like this. I need it to be more than that, so let's Alt X and then reset that and then multiply it. Wait. Multiply it till it gets to the top. But that won't work if it's, because it's bringing in the noise. It's raising the volume so much that you get the noise floor coming in. I think what I'll have to do is cut this and then bring in a separate separate instance of the dulcimer. And then we'll collapse the udu. And then what I want to do is turn off the close and room mics, and we're just going to do the hallway for this. Maybe that'll take care of it. But that's a single mic. We need more, like, we need both the mics in there. It would be probably the room and the close. We need at least 2 mics. Okay, and so we want to raise that volume up. And I can also raise those mics up. That would probably be a better way of doing that. Let's do that too, and then let's introduce attack, like an attack envelope. A high attack envelope. Nope, doesn't work. Guess they tried to, let's see if that works. No, they put a script against it maybe, or maybe it doesn't actually. Yeah, I think they put some kind of script on it, like removing that, which doesn't make any sense to do that. It's like, hey, let people do what they want to do. Let's see. If we disable the scripts, it might work. Nope, I don't know why. Okay, fine then. I don't think that's going to work because that patch is like not really well done. But we could use the tremolo and then just use that hammered volume, and we have to remove it from this. But the volume will be like, let's see. And at this point we can cut it because we don't have it anywhere else. We can just do like that. And then have it quickly go down because that was like the sort of thing that Dave did in the SNES. Okay, so then you want to go to 7 in contact. And so, okay, that works. So what's our chord progression here? That's the part where we start on A. So let's do like a 7th. Yeah, let's do a 7th there. Nah, I don't know about that. Let's yeah, the tremolo is too slow. Let's try something else. Maybe the glass marimba would be good. Oh, they have an ambiences thing. Let's try that. See what that's all about. Oh, interesting. That could work. Let's try that. Ooh, I like that. But I think it's not actually making it go in and out because I didn't, like, it would have canceled it whenever I changed the instrument. Ooh, that's shrill. No, thank you. Let's turn that down. Let's Alt X and reset, and then set it to about 70, where it peaks at 75%. Yeah, that's a bit much still. Let's turn it down some more. Yeah, then we can keep on doing that. Let's go, so the next thing is like F sharp. Let's do the 7th of that as well, which would be E, I do believe. Doesn't go all the way up to that E. Oh wait, no, that's because the volume's off. Yeah, let's just go down to that part. Okay, and then I'm gonna need to, obviously I'm gonna need to duplicate that automation. So let's go Control B, B, B. That'll give us 8 bars. And so basically I'm just probably gonna keep going down in thirds. Then go up to A. At this point I think we're in B minor. And then I switch to like C minor, so I can do A sharp for this bit. Let me set the snap to be in a beat at this point. And then we continue to go down in thirds. And then I think I hit a G at that point, so we can go down to, we can go up to F. Although, oh, it's because it's twice the length. So what we need to do, I think it would be cool to like have it change mid thing, you know? Let's control Q on that. Nah, not really. Yeah, let's just delete every other one. And then control, just select all these. Okay, and then that sounds pretty good, and then it'll sound even better once I add a reverb. The size should be bigger. It's not actually giving it reverb, though. Or at least not a long one. Interesting. So let's give that a mixer track. And let's send that to 9 and 10. Have that go to about 5. Mixer track 5. Let's call that feedback. And let's give that reverb. Let's turn that down a bit. But I feel like... I feel like it's fading out too fast. Maybe we just smooth that out a bit. Yeah, that's much smoother. Let's cut that and then we'll duplicate this again. Okay. Yeah, but that sounds off key, and plus it's too high. It's impeding on the melody. I forgot about that. The melody's playing high, so these have to play low. And I think the fact that it's a 7th is not really the best thing for it. Maybe a 5th would be better. Whoops. So maybe we move this down. Then we go from A to F sharp to D. We go to the 5th of D, that would be an A. And then we go to the 5th of D. B is F sharp. Wait. Yeah, we have to skip one, so that would be C sharp here, which would be G. Quite the nice horror atmosphere. Let's see, then it goes from C to G sharp, and then from G sharp to F sharp, 5th of which is C sharp. I don't know, it's not gelling very well. It's too much going on in that part. But you know, it could be good in the section before that. Yeah, let's try that. So let me first put that up in the higher octave. Well, the funny thing is the glass marimba is going on in this one, but that's okay because we're using a different instrument. And so this is, let's see. I want to try using the sevenths again for this one, because the seventh of which is G here. And then we go to D sharp, which is in the next bar. And then we go to C. Then we go to D sharp here, and then we go to C and then G sharp. Oh no, this is the same timing as this, so we pretty much just go where the chords go. Cool. And so we have D sharp here, seventh of which would be D. Then we go to C, seventh of which would be A sharp. Then we go to, I believe, G sharp. I might be getting my chords mixed up though. Yeah, C first and then G sharp. But then we go down to G diminished. So let's go to, yeah, but that seventh of G sharp is G, so but that'll work out nicely. Ah, I forgot this part is like, yeah, this is the actual variation, so this needs to go here. And then we just Control A and put all this over a little bit. Wait, I missed some stuff. Now we Control A and move this over. And then we move this over like that. Ah, but the automation has to go as well. So if we Control X, cut that space, and then we have it. Okay, that's weird. What's happening there? I think I... Yeah. It's not playing the chord. Ah, there's some automation there still left over. Oh yeah, this has to go away. Yeah, I think we'll do the Viking thing next stream because this is like, I really want to refine this instead. To the Kong family. Well, I had a sharp 7. It used to be good at chord theory. I don't think it's sharp 7. I've never really used sharp 7 very much. Yeah, key of D, skip G, it's C sharp. Ah, okay. Or is it? Yeah, it's this stuff is difficult, but I appreciate the help. It is not easy. I'm also not sure how much this is gelling with me because it's supposed to be quite relaxing. Oh, it's nice. I like it. I think I mostly just need more like saturated reverb, which I might want to bring in another realm for. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so and I'm not liking the like the loose timing in the bass so much. I might want to quantize that one. Like, for example, let's see. Yeah, because the bass should be on time, I think. Let's quantize that and see what we get. And I also want it to be higher velocity, maybe. No, that's not helping. I also want to, I want somewhere else to put these accents rather than the bass thing, or the percussion line. Nice. I might want to add some. I definitely want to add that little chime at the beginning. Yeah, for that part, I'm gonna put something. I'm gonna put that in the melody line. So I want to ding dong. Let's see. Ding dong. So I want to do that, like to create some space in the beginning. Actually, all I really need to do for that is just move this. And then Control A. Move everything one bar to the left. To the right, I mean. Okay, and then I'm going to set this to be a bar, shift to the right. I don't know why it moves my view all the way over there. And then maybe I want to do this, like have the dulcimer be there instead. Dun. And I kind of want to make it a ninth here. Dun, dun. Oh, and then it doesn't actually do the finale. There we go. Nice. Okay, that's getting there. I'm going to need to do some refining of that, but I'm going to save this in my wherever my Donkey Kong 64 drive is. Okay, let me call this Crystal Caves, and then let me name it. I don't even know what to, I don't even think I usually do that, but I don't know what to put in there. Yeah. So, major ninth. Ooh, yeah. Gotta love the major ninths. But yeah, there's already a seventh, so I might as well. Yeah, that's a nice cluster. And I'm not sure how about that bass. I might need to go about changing that bass because it doesn't, it kind of impedes on the rhythm. But yeah, it's good enough for now. I think yeah, that's where we'll cut it for today. And then tomorrow I might come back with this. I might do something else. Depends on how I'm feeling. Because I do want to also do more original stuff. and I have to like balance it out because it's like some restoration, some covers, and some original stuff. So maybe I'll to change it up. I'll come with original stuff tomorrow. Okay, y'all. But thanks for coming to the stream, and this will be Jam and Sam signing off. I think I'll probably go put on a movie or something because it's Monday and it's kind of rainy out, so probably gonna relax with that, and that'll be nice. But I hope you all enjoyed the stream and the relaxing sounds, and this will be Jam and Sam signing